Describe a project where you had to meet tight deadlines. How did you ensure you completed your project on time? Yeah, situation. So at Intel, I worked on a project to add new features to our data analytics platform. So this project needs to be completed before our quarter end, which gives us very less time. So my task was to implement the front end, right? To implement the front end of the project by implementing the web sockets for the real-time functionality, and also coordinating with the backend team to integrate the changes into the front end. And So missing the deadline would negatively impact the project, and also impact the customer acquisitions, which will impact future funding, which impacts future funding. So I divided the project into small manageable tasks, so that I can work on each so that I can work on one task at a time efficiently. I first concentrated on finishing the critical parts of the project and postpone the non-essential components. I also used focused work sessions by implementing time blocking techniques, so that I can improve my productivity. And I also maintain open lines of communication with the stakeholders and also the project managers, so that I can update the progress and also the challenges that we were facing. So this helps to keep the expectations right, to keep the expectations at bay. Yeah. So I also coordinated with the backend team and also project team on a regular basis, like in daily stand-ups and also in the weekly meetings, to discuss any blockers and resolve those right away, right? And yeah, as a result, I was able to finish the project in on time and within stipulated deadlines. So the project was a success, and we were able to deploy it before our quarter end, um, which led to um, 20% increase in customer acquisition. So yeah, so by proper planning, communication, and also focused work sessions, I was able to focus and finish this project on time. Time you had to give constructive feedback. Yeah. So at Intel, when I was working on a project, I had to collaborate with another developer for front-end implementation using Angular. However, I noticed that we started working on the project, and then I noticed that during the code reviews that some of the code that the colleague was writing didn't did not adhere to our coding standards, which leading to performance inefficiencies and also maintainability issues. So as a code reviewer, my task was to give constructive feedback, so that we can maintain the highest code quality. And the challenge here was to give him the feedback without discouraging him, and also without straining our relationship. So I set up a instead of giving him feedback in a group setting, I set up a one-on-one meeting with him, so that I can discuss with him in a confidential manner. Um, yeah. So first, I acknowledge his hard work and also his positive aspect of the contributions, so that I can set the positive tone. And next, I pointed the code which was not following the standards, and explained how this will impact the performance and also maintainability. And I also, instead of just pointing out, right, so I suggested some changes, and also sent some references where he could take it to implement the suggested changes. And also I encouraged open dialogue, right, by inviting him to share his thoughts and also express his express the challenges, so that I can foster collaborative environment. So as a result, the team member took this feedback in a positive manner and implemented all the suggested changes. And the code quality of our code base improved significantly, and and our relationship and our collaboration also became more efficient. And our personal relationship also strengthened as he figured out that I was as he figured as he figured out my intention that of supporting his growth and also the project success. Yeah. So this situation reinforced the importance of delivering feedback in a positive and respectful manner, promoting supportive and collaborative environment. Thank you. Describe a situation where you took initiative and went beyond your regular responsibilities to get something done. Yep. So while working at Intel, I noticed that our project is still using Angular 12 despite Angular 18 being released. Yeah. So the new version of Angular has many new features and also performance enhancements and also security fixes. So we are missing out on all those features, and also I noticed that there are some components which are becoming increasingly difficult to maintain. Yeah, so continuing with this, older version will cause technical debt and also the performance degradations and also security issues. Uh, so I yeah, so I decided to propose. So I decided to propose upgrading our project to Angular 18. Yeah, the challenge here was to do the upgrade without impacting the current and ongoing projects. So definitely this will boost the performance and also the security issues. But we need to make sure that we are not disrupting the ongoing development. And also, unfortunately, it was not scheduled for the work, and I was also not responsible for it. So I researched online, right? So I went online and researched the total upgrade process by referring to the Angular documentation and uh, identified the potential breaking changes. And also, to be safe, I tested the change. I created sandbox environment and upgraded small portion of our code base um and upgraded small portion of our code base. After fixing the compatibility issues and also the after fixing the compatibility issues and also the upgrade issues, I set up a meeting with the team to share my findings. And I proposed a phased upgrade that would minimize I proposed a phased upgrade that would minimize the disruptions, and also try to ask buy-in from our team members. Um, yeah, then I led the upgrade project by upgrading my portion of the by upgrading the modules that I own in our project, and also worked with other developers, helping them with the code refactoring and also fixing bugs promptly. Since I have experienced all these bugs, it became easier to integrate and fix the issues. Also, we implemented some unit tests so that we can quickly test those and make sure that there are no issues. As a result, we were able to upgrade the project to Angular 18, and without having much impact on ongoing development. So this improved the performance and security of the application. On top of that, this also The code also, on top of that, the code also became more easier to maintain, and this upgrade also reduced the technical debt. Yeah. So the team and the management recognized me for my proactive approach, which eventually benefited the project in long term, and our code base also became more future proof. Tell me about a time when you had to work with cross-functional team. How did you ensure smooth collaboration and communication? Yeah. While working at Create One Bank, I implemented a project where we have to add new features to our core banking application. So this project involved working with both marketing and risk teams. And marketing team wanted to implement customer engagement features, while risk team focused on ensuring compliance with the regulatory standards. Right. So my task was to take requirements from both the teams, and make sure that they were reflected in my technical design, and also ensure that this project will be finished on deadline without any delays. I so for to facilitate for smooth collaboration and communication, I set up weekly meetings with both the teams to take inputs, and also to inform about the progress. So those teams, right, marketing and risk teams, join the calls to clarify the requirements and also give feedback on our items. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So in addition to just relying on meetings, I also opened other lines of communication like Teams, like emails, and also Teams groups, so that we can we can resolve any issues promptly that comes on the fly, right? Any ad hoc issues or any ad hoc questions or answers that needs clarification, we used to resolve through those channels. And yeah, I also set up also communicated with the backend team to for also communicated with other teams, so that I can we can finish the project quickly. um, Also, so to bridge the gap between the technical and non-technical teams, I to bridge the gap between technical and non-technical teams, I broke down the complex and technical topics into simpler terms during the meetings. I also noted the feedback from them, and documented them in the Jira so that we can track it and progress it. As a result, we were able to finish the project. We were able to finish the project successfully on time. So I, both the teams were satisfied, as the marketing team achieved their goals of implementing the new customer engagement features, while risk team concentrated on ensuring compliance with the regulator standards. So this cross-team collaboration led us to successful product launch, and enhancing the customer satisfaction. That enhanced customer satisfaction. Thank you.